The year was 2007. The Indian cricket team was touring England. The series began with the 50 overs one day international. England were already leading by 3-2 against India, and this was the sixth one day international. Robin Uthappa, the wicketkeeper batsman from India, was playing in his first international series. England batting first made 317 of their 50 overs. India, in reply, were 307 of 49 overs. There were 6 deliveries left and 10 runs were to be scored. Two singles were taken of the first two balls, and of the third delivery, Robin Uthappa was on strike, and to a ball which was full on the middle stump, he shuffled across to the right and scooped it right over the fine leg fence for four. And of the next delivery, one more boundary was scored. With this, India won the match. And after the match, during the post-match presentation, Harsha Bogle, the presenter, asked Robin Uthappa, "You played that audacious shot. If you had missed it, the critics would have come behind you." To which Robin Uthappa said, "I never thought I would miss it. I never thought I would miss." Ladies and gentlemen, this is self-belief for you. Welcome to the good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Winning Edge Talk Show. Today, we are discussing on the power of self-belief and self-confidence in sports. This is Vishwanath, your host. I'm a sports mental conditioning coach and the author of Success Mantra in Sports. This book is on the mental aspects of sports. I've been training sports persons to help them improve their mind game. Okay, let's dive right into the webinar. Okay, in real life, what happens is when you try something new, you are putting your best effort, you're getting it right, then your confidence grows a little. And when you execute it during competition or whenever it matters, you taste success. Then you keep repeating it and your confidence goes bigger. Then when it keeps happening time and again, you start believing in yourself. Now, let's talk about self-confidence first, because self-confidence and self-belief are closely linked. They are the two sides of the same coin. So, self-confidence first. Okay, now coming to confidence, confidence may not be the same in all areas of your life. If you are very good in academics, you may not be that well in sports. You may be better off in arts, that is theater, drama. You may not be that good in academics. So, confidence may not be the same in all areas of your life. But having chosen an area, a niche for yourself, you need to work on your confidence because it's very important for you to progress in life. Okay, now coming to my own personal experience, this was a long time back. I was good at my work where I was employed. I was good as a cricketer. I was confident. Then I loved writing. I was good at it. But when it came to public speaking, I wasn't very confident. Now, all this changed when my friend took me to a Toastmasters meeting. On that day, I was a guest, and towards the end of the meeting, a question was thrown at me. It was a table topic contest. A question was thrown at me. Do you think cricket is killing all games in India? This subject was close to my heart. I just went ahead and spoke for 2 minutes. And after that, I won the Best Table Topic Speaker award. From then on, it was never looking back. I joined the Toastmasters International and spent many years with the organization. Toastmaster International is a platform which helps you to improve your public speaking skills and your leadership skills. Now, what is self confidence? Self confidence is generally a feeling that you can perform a task successfully. In sports, self confidence is the feeling that you have the ability to execute your skills. Confidence is a key ingredient to success in sports. Having confidence is half the battle won. You just have to go out there and do the rest. That's it. You may be physically strong, skilled, and maybe very good in practice. But when it comes to a competition, if your confidence is low, no way you are going to perform well, and your performance matters. This is what made one of the greatest athletes of all time, Carl Lewis, to say, if you don't have the confidence, you will find a way not to win. Now, let us find out the ways in which our confidence helps us in our sports performance. Confidence gives you positive feelings and emotions. With confidence, concentration improves because when your confidence is good, you are not thinking too much. When you're not thinking too much, obviously your concentration is better. Confidence will give positivity and hope. Now, when your confidence is high, you want to put more effort into your task. You go after your goals and also set challenging goals ahead. Confidence makes you mentally strong. In fact, confidence is one of those factors of mental toughness. Confidence keeps you relaxed because when you are under fear, you're anxious, nervous, tense, you can't be relaxed. When you're confident, you're automatically relaxed. Now, you may have heard of the terms self image, self esteem, self respect, self acceptance, self worth, and self concept. These are important ingredients to self confidence. Let us discuss them one by one. In brief, I must take a small break. So, thank you for your patience. Now, self image. Self image is what you think of yourself. What do you think of the person you see in the mirror? Now, self esteem is that what people have told about you, who you are, and what are your capabilities, and whatnot. Based on this, you have a certain valuation about yourself. Now, self respect. One needs to respect himself. If you don't respect yourself, who will? Self acceptance. With self acceptance comes deservability. I've seen many athletes lose from a winning position. That is because they don't accept that they're good enough, and they don't believe that they deserve success at the highest level. So that is self acceptance, self worth. How much we think we are good, and how much we think we can, how better we think we can perform, how much we think we deserve. And the self concept is all about what we think we are, who think we are, how good we are, what we are capable of, what we are capable not capable of, and a whole lot of things. So all these are very important for self confidence. Now, for an athlete, initially he has talent, he chooses his sport, he goes on to practice the skills of the game, he goes on to improve all the nuances of the game, he puts his best efforts, he works on his skills, improves them, becomes competent enough. Then, when it comes to competition, he does execute the skills to his max level best. Then, all these coupled with self image and good self worth will give you those small successes. With these small successes, your self confidence grows. And as you keep repeating what you have learned, what you have practiced, with your self confidence to back you up, then larger successes follow. Then you start trusting yourself. You start believing in yourself. With this factor called the trust and belief, that core of your self confidence, that self belief gives you that bigger success which you need to fulfill your dreams, attain your goals at the highest level. Now, recently I interviewed a junior international swimmer from India. Now, this is what she had to say. You have worked hard and done all your preparation. The only way you can get scared is not by trusting yourself, she says. You have to go there and swim your best. Now, she is talking of trust and self belief. So, uh, coming from an international swimmer, we understand how important the self belief and self confidence are. So, when you talk about confidence, I must say it is not permanent all the time. It's very fickle and dynamic. When things are going well, suddenly your confidence eludes you. For no stray, for some strange reason, for no particular reason, suddenly you find that your confidence has come down low. Suddenly you lose form. These are the times when you start thinking a lot. You start doubting your ability because confidence is low. You face a few failures and setbacks. Then you start questioning yourself, and then your coaches and many other experts come keep pointing about your technical flaws that have suddenly come in. Now you're worried about those errors. Now you start working on them. Then you meddle with your technique. Then you become very conscious. Now all these things tenses you up even more. The next time you go out there in competition, you're so conscious, so uptight, and so nervous that you fail once again, and this cycle repeats. How do you come out of this? All that you need to do is just go back in time and think of those that kept your confidence going, what you did to perform well, then think of all those successes you had, what you did that gave you the success. Then go back to the practice area, go back to those basics, work hard, then go back to your competition. Don't overthink, let things happen, keep it simple. Then the moment you get back to your nick, or get back to that form, then things will start happening. Now, this is what I wanted to convey, that confidence is not permanent, it keeps changing, and it is the onus is on you to sustain confidence. See that you don't become overconfident and lose your confidence, or do those things that are unexpected, setting too high targets, too high goals, unrealistic goals. Then you fail to reach them. Suddenly you let your confidence go down. So you need to fix your realistic expectations, achievable goals, so that you don't lose your confidence. Then you need to sustain that confidence going. And when you lose that confidence a little bit, you have to regain that confidence, because confidence is very important to continue to perform well, and have a very long shelf life in your chosen sport. Now, let's find out the factors that could have brought down the self confidence, factors that can bring down the self confidence. And when you work on those aspects, you can sustain and raise your confidence. Now, the individual upbringing, um, the childhood experiences. Now, these are two aspects which you don't have any control upon. Now, how are you as an individual was perceived by others, and what others thought about you. This makes puts your self-image up. Then your self-esteem. Oh, how good is your self-esteem? This matters for your self-confidence. Now, the financial condition of the family. This is very important, because, of course, when you are struggling financially, when your finances and the financial status of the family cannot support your sport, then your confidence takes a hit. Uh, Confidence takes a beating. Okay, the family atmosphere you grew up in, and family atmosphere at present, that contributes a lot to your confidence. Now, it so happens in certain families that they keep pointing only at about the mistakes of the children. They don't appreciate them for their strengths, for the good work done. They don't shower praises when something good is done by the children. Then their love is unconditional. There are many parents who appreciate, praise the children when they do well, when they keep winning. But the moment that there is a slight setback, and the child experiences some losses, then their love is not the same. Now, many a times the parents don't trust the children. They don't give them responsibility. Unless the parents give the children the responsibility, and when the children accomplish those small tasks successfully, their confidence in life rises. So, confidence in life is very important, uh, because it rubs it on to your sport. Okay. Now, two rigid family values and principles. Now, when parents are perfectionists, it affects the child's confidence. Now, when the child, who is also an athlete, was brought up in a highly controlled atmosphere, or has been abused excessively, and was never praised at all for the good work he does, then the self-confidence comes down. Now, when the child, since the birth, in the growing years, was exposed to too many adversities in life, then the confidence would have taken a beating. Now, it also uh, depends on the individual trait and personality of the individual. Some of the individuals are born very tough, very confident, some are not, in which the athlete doesn't have control upon. But the good news is that uh, that's not the end of it. The athlete, with conscious efforts, can make himself or herself more confident. Okay. Now, there are some common traits exhibited by um athletes who have low self confidence. These athletes show a negative attitude towards everything, towards their sport, towards life in general. Now, they underestimate themselves. They focus only on their weaknesses and magnify them. They don't focus on their strengths. Then they hide their insecurity and the inferiority complex under a false mask. They don't make enough efforts to improve, to come out of that insecurity, come out of that inferiority complex, come out of that shyness or low confidence thing. Now, they recognize the strengths of others more than their own. They are too defensive in their approach. So they don't take chances. So we say uh, luck favors the brave. So these underconfident athletes don't take their chances. They're very defensive. Now, they fear failure. So they're very defensive. They're afraid that if they go on the attack, they will make mistakes and they may lose. So they play safe. Then they hate mistakes, so they don't learn. See, they don't want to make mistakes. They're afraid to make mistakes. They're afraid to lose. So they don't take chances. So they don't, unless you fail, you will not learn. Now, they fear criticism. So they always want to be, feel safe. They don't want to be criticized. They don't have the trust in their abilities. So they, most of the time, they expect to fail. So as we say, that it is self-fulfilling prophecy. What you expect is what happens to you. Okay. Now there is a difference in self-talk of confident athletes and underconfident athletes. Like, let us look into them once. Now, confident athletes always say, I can do this. This is easy. I can beat him. I can beat her. I can win this game. Then they also say, I have done this before many times. So what's the big deal? I can do it again. I am as good as she is. I am competent enough. I will go out there and give my best. I will not let go easily. I know I've been playing well, so I expect to win. That is hope. Now, they show a very positive body language because your negative body language, when you put your shoulders down, you put your chin down, and the opponent can see from your body language that you're not confident, and the opponent's confidence goes up. Okay, now the underconfident athletes say, I am useless, I'm worthless, I can't do better than this, I'm not talented, I can't win, I can't do this, it is too tough for me, I'm not feeling good today, I may lose, and I don't want to lose. Losing is bad. Now, my opponent is better than me. Oh, what will happen to my today's match? What will I, if I lose? How will I show my face to my parents, my coaches, and all others? I would feel very embarrassed if I lost. I don't want to make mistakes because mistakes are bad. I don't deserve to win. I don't, what is the use of trying when I know that I can't do it? Luck is never on my side. Others are more talented than me. I never learn. I'm very low on my body language. The moment I lose a set, I would drop my shoulders down and I lose my confidence. So this is a normal negative mental attitude that the underconfident athletes exhibit. Now, now I'm sure most of you may be thinking and may be wondering what are those strategies that can help you to improve your confidence. Naturally, when you increase your effort, your confidence goes up. I remember one of the greatest golfers of all time, Snap Sam Snead's quote. I quote and unquote. He said, "Whenever I worked hard, I was lucky." So, um, hard work, effort gives you that confidence. It gives you that feeling that today you can play well and win the match. Now, another strategy to improve self confidence, improving on your skills and becoming competent as the day goes. Every day, in every way, I'm becoming competent in my game. Show a positive attitude. That helps. Work on improving your self image, even with other aspects of life. When you improve your self image, even with other areas of life, it rubs on your sport and you as an athlete. Celebrate small successes too. Give more importance to the process and not to the income. Keep your expectations realistic. Keep your goals achievable. Pay more attention to the controllable factors like training, proper diet, food, nutrition, adequate sleep, good practice, improving on the skills, preparing mentally, and many other routines which you work on. Not to give undue importance to the uncontrollable factors like weather, competence of your opponent, referees, coaches, who they are, what is the opinion of others, where the tournament is being played. All these uncontrollable factors, when you focus on them, can bring your confidence and your performance down. Then, improve on your self awareness. Be aware of where you are lacking and where are your those gray areas which you need to work on. Be self aware what works for you, what doesn't work for you, then work on it. Then, working on your mistakes. Okay. Now, feeling good about the better performances in the past. You should always look at the past good performances. That's very important. This will keep your confidence floating. Then, feeling good about the past performances, as I told you. Then, using the visualization imagery to see yourself performing confidently, to see yourself calm and relaxed, to see yourself being very focused on the court or in your um, competitive arena. Then, as I told you, reducing high expectations, then using positive self talk. Now, I would give you a hint. I have already done this webinar on self talk and affirmations, then the webinar on positive mental attitude, then the power of subconscious mind. All these topics have covered a lot about the self confidence. You can visit YouTube, my channel, MN Vishwanath, or you can visit sportrex.com slash winminds, where you can find all my videos. Kindly find time to go watch all these videos. You will learn a lot more about the other factors that help uh, your self-confidence. Now, what is self-doubt? Always doubting your ability, always doubting your effort, always doubting whether you will do well or not. Self-doubt is the opposite of self-confidence. If you doubt your ability to compete and perform, it brings your performance down. When you doubt and criticize yourself, then you are competing against two opponents. One is the opponent on the other side of the court, on whom you don't have any control upon, your opponent's game which you can't control, but your inner opponent, which is your enemy, it's an inner enemy, it's your own negative self-talk, your own questioning conscious mind, which doesn't agree that you are good enough. This is the inner enemy that you have to watch, which can sabotage your performance. It can make things hard for you. Now, you need to be your own cheerleader to believe in yourself. In fact, as Martina Navratilova said, performance is potential minus internal interference. When your internal interference is zero, your potential is to the maximum. Okay. Now, another thing is self-confidence is the absence of fear. Okay. When your fear puts nervousness, anxiety, panic, doubt, pressure, choking, all this to you. When this is the case, uh, you are not free in your mind, you do a lot of overthinking, then your confidence would definitely go down. So, confidence is the absence of fear. Okay. Um, Now, you all of you have played on a seesaw when you are at the park. The seesaw has two ends. When in one end, one child would be sitting, another end, another child would be sitting. When one child presses hard, the seesaw goes down, child goes up. Now, you can compare this to your self confidence and fear. When fear is low, your confidence is up. When confidence goes down, when fear is low, confidence is up. When fear goes up, confidence again comes down. Okay, so keep your confidence high and flying. Okay, now once again, fear and confidence don't go together. They are like oil and water, they never mix. Okay, whereas self-belief and self-confidence are those inseparable twins, each support the other. They're like the two sides of the same coin, as I told you earlier. Okay, I'll take a small break. Now coming to self-belief. Now, to some, self-belief comes with hard work, competence, success, but some are natural believers. We have seen them so many in our lives. They always think they can do anything. They have a positive mental attitude. Okay. Now I will quote one such incident or the story of one such successful elite athlete. Now, all of you know about the NBA, the National Basketball Association, the circuit in USA, which is so popular across the world, and it's one of the most celebrated competitions in the United States of America. Now, there is this story of Tyron Books, who's born in the bylanes of Baltimore, Maryland, USA. He grew up in the bylanes. He came from a humble background. Uh, like many youngsters in USA would dream of becoming a baseball player or a basketball player, our Tyron also wanted to become a top level basketball player. He dreamt of playing in the NBA. Now, time and again, he shared this with his friends and relatives. They laughed at him. They said, "You're so short. How can you play in NBA? Do you know that the average height of a NBA basketballer is 6 foot 6 inches?" Now, to talk about Tyron Books' height, okay, ever since he was born, he was, and as he grew up, he was always short in his height, compared to the others. So he was always short. Then people always chided him, saying that how can you play in the NBA? The average height is 6 foot 6 inches and all that. And I had to say, these naysayers and what these negative what they pointed out were also true in a way. The greatest basketball players of all time. Uh, um, uh, Michael Jordan was 6 foot 2 inches in height. Kobe Bryant was 6 foot 6 inches in height. Magic Johnson was 6 foot 9 inches in height. Kareem Abdul Jabbar was 7 foot 6 inches in height. But Tyron Books, um, even when he played NBA ultimately and was one of the most successful NBA basketball players, he went into the Hall of Fame and he's a celebrated basketball player. He was only 5 foot 3 inches, and the he was the shortest basketball player in NBA history. Okay, now since he was though he was very short, he was very passionate about the game. He thought in his mind that he will not fall to the criticism of the naysayers. He said he has a prime point to prove, and I will always prove them wrong. So he started. He didn't take back. He started working on his basketball. He worked hard, and what he lacked in height, he made up with his speed and stamina. He finally made it to the NBA. He proved his critics wrong, and once when after he had attained a lot of fame, and he a reporter from the Sports Illustrated was talking to him, and Tyron Books said, I always believed in myself. You can't dwell on what people think you can't do. You should always believe in your strengths. You should always think you're good enough. That's what worked for me, he said. Okay, now you all know the um, story of Roger Bannister. Back then, it was, I think, in the 60s. Um, it was always believed that people couldn't run a, a mile in less than 4 minutes. So people tried and they thought it was impossible to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. So a mental block was formed in the minds of all those runners until Roger Bannister did it under 4 minutes. Then a lot of people believed they could do it. And in the same year, many runners were able to complete the mile in less than 4 minutes. So that mental block was broken. People believed that they could run the mile in less than 4 minutes. Now, I have got this interesting story of Vasily Alexiev to tell you. He was a he was a Russian weightlifter, and he had reached, he was able to lift a weight of 495 pounds. However hard he tried, he could not cross that weight. He was not able to lift a higher weight than that. Then his coach tried, but Vasily Alexei always thought he couldn't lift beyond 495 pounds. So this coach wanted to do a trick on Vasily. What he did was, without informing Vasily, he put 500 pounds on the bar and asked Vasily to lift it. Vasily lifted it, and yes, 500. That was his own record. He bet his earlier 495, and after that, when the coach told him, he was overjoyed and he was taken aback. He was shocked. Then his coach told him, "You had gone into a mental block. Now, you see, now you have the ability to lift beyond 495. Today, you have lifted 500 pounds." And ever since Vasily Alexiev believed in himself and did had a wonderful career. Now, some are by their very nature believers. They think they can do anything. They have a positive mental attitude. They ooze out that self-confidence and have an aura of self-belief around them. They have a swagger in the way they move on the court or in the arena, and in the way they go about their business. They show a lot of self-confidence. Now, some of those names that are come to my mind are Tiger Woods and Dustin Johnson, the golfers, Vivian Richards, Chris Gayle, and Virat Kohli, the cricketers, Usain Bolt, the all-time great athlete, then Alex Cartona, the footballer, then that's it. Those are the names that come to my mind. They had that confidence oozing out from them. Anybody who saw them believed that they had the confidence. Now, yes, not to forget Muhammad Ali always said, "I am the greatest, I am the best, I am the best." He said, "I sting like a bee and I dance like a bee." And that was the quote he used to say. And that's what he became. He became the greatest of all time. Yes, that's it. Now, some are like that. And it is possible to become one such a great believer. Okay. Some don't show it in their body language, the likes of Ronaldo, the Messi's, the Roger Federers, but they have that intrinsic self-confidence within them. They're always confident. Yes, of course. Without that self-confidence, they wouldn't have gone that big. Okay. Now, all of you, at some time or other in your life, would have been told by your parents and teachers and coaches, "Be confident, be confident. Don't lose your confidence. Be confident." Yes, but that never told you how to be confident and where to find that confidence. Okay. Now, no one can give you that self-belief. No one can make you confident. It's all, the onus is on you. You have to find it yourself from within. It's a very intrinsic thing. You have to work your way around, and definitely the atmosphere, the supportive atmosphere, encouraging parents and other people who are closely associated with your sport can encourage you, can motivate you, and help you to become confident. But ultimately, like motivation, confidence is something very intrinsic. Now, okay. Now, in the past, yeah. Now, I come to the last part of the webinar. That is, we will discuss a few techniques and strategies that will help you to become more confident as an athlete and even in your daily life. First and foremost, always keep remembering thinking about your positives, your strengths, and not the weaknesses. Always keep a tab on all those successful accomplishments, the past successes, and don't dwell on your failures. Act confidently. Your body language counts. So, uh, even if you're not confident enough, when you act as if, when you show it upon your body language that you are confident, okay, opening your chest, raising your shoulders, lifting your chin, looking in the eye, showing off that you are confident. Finally, that is what you're going to become. Act as if you're confident. That's what you're going to become ultimately. Now, now thinking confidently, that positive self-talk, then the writing of positive affirmations every day. So I've already spoken about self-talk, positive affirmations in my previous webinars. Please visit that the webinar, and you will learn a lot more about positive affirmations and what it does to you. Then, as I said earlier, visualization and imagery, imagining yourself to be very positive on the court, showing a positive body language, being calm, being tough. This imagery helps you to train your mind. The subconscious doesn't know what is real and what is imagined. So, what you show the subconscious is what it absorbs. Okay, that's what you happens to you ultimately. So it makes it happen for you. It can make you more confident than you earlier were. Okay, you through your goal setting, it can help you increase your confidence. And definitely yes, being well prepared, increasing your effort, gaining on your competence will definitely help you to raise your confidence. Then, as I told you, being in a supportive social climate, that helps your confidence. You should not be with people with who all constantly indulge in negative self-talk, constantly indulge in criticism, constantly make efforts to pull you down. You can never thrive in those conditions, in that atmosphere. So be in a positive social climate. Then the mirror talk is a very, 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 very powerful technique. Stand in front of the mirror with folded hands, so repeat those positive affirmations you want to repeat. Speak good about yourself. Say I'm proud of you. You're talented. You're such a wonderful player. You're a winner. Talk good about yourself, and that helps. Uh, I've spoken about those things in my webinar on visualization and imagery. Please visit my previous webinars, the videos. You will learn a lot more. Then, yes, as I told you earlier, fear and its symptoms like nervousness, anxiety, panic, and everything bring your confidence down. Now, work on your emotional self-regulations. Again, I've spoken it in my emotions in sport. You will find a lot of many exercises out there. I've spoken a lot about how to control your emotions on the court, how to regulate your emotions, what are the practical ideas, and you will learn a lot from that webinar. Now, yes, you have chosen your sport, you have big dreams, you made sport your career, it's your profession now, and you worked number of years. You made several sacrifices, but now you are not happy with your accomplishment, you are not happy with your progress, you are not happy that you have not achieved your goals, and you're very disappointed. Now, uh, what a piece of advice I would give you is you have to be patient, hopeful, and optimistic, because you never know. As in life, even in sport, many are late bloomers. Yes, there are many physical attributes to this. Some mature very late. Then their bodies develop. They become more stronger. Some manage with their normal physique when they are younger, but they have a limitation. They can't compete with the bigger and stronger ones later on. So all these are there. Now you need to have patience, and you need to be hopeful and optimistic, because things will turn around. Now, you never know. You may be a late bloomer like the Chinese bamboo. Whoever who doesn't know about the Chinese bamboo, I would like to tell you is that Chinese bamboo is that one plant. After you plant it and close the mud, and you fill it up with the mud, you put those manure and water it, and for a number of years, in fact, some say 3 years, some say 5 years, nothing happens. Then you keep wondering that whether uh, the seed really germinated, whether the plant is really growing, whether the plant is dead. But after that, many years, maybe 3 years or 5 years, whatever, suddenly shoots appear. And within 6 months, they say it grows to a height of 20 feet. Now, what it took 3 to 5 years just to appear, then suddenly grows to a height of 20 feet in 6 months' time. You can be the Chinese member. Believe in yourself. Believe that it's going to happen for you someday. Okay, now confidence is a choice. So choose to be confident. My dear athletes, don't hang up because you didn't win. Keep knocking, lifting your chin. Let things happen for you. Now, for those of you who want more support, you want to consult me with regard to self confidence or any other topic related to the mental aspects of sports, I'm always available for you. Please visit my website www.winningedgeconsulting.in, and you can call me on 97393 72319, and you can fix up your appointments, and I can train you online. So in whichever part of the globe you are in, we can always connect online. I can train you to help you improve your mental game. Okay, now to watch my videos, visit https sportrex.com/winminds, and you can watch all my previous webinars. They're all available for you free of cost. Now, I request athletes, whoever the participants, that um, yes, send me your email IDs. I will share with you the ebook about self-confidence in sports, and it will be free of cost. Okay, now, yes, okay. Thank you very much. With this, I come to the end of the webinar, and we'll keep meeting very often, discuss about more important matters related to the mind and sports. Thank you very much.